Yo, what's up everybody? Eyecee here and welcome to another NBA video. This one is for October 25th 9-game slate. So hopefully you guys tuned into yesterday's video. I was really high on Trae Young, Westbrook, Drummond, Ilyasova, Eric Pascal. Those guys all did good. Unfortunately, I was also on Bembry, Eric Gordon, and Markieff Morris. Luckily, these guys were chalk and it didn't burn my lineups completely, but they didn't do all that well. I managed to cash in all my cash games, 100%. My GPPs, on the other hand, I won like $11.75 out of $15. So I got some of my money back, but I ended up losing some there. Yeah, I didn't have that much Giannis. I had a lot of Harden or Westbrook. And Giannis was someone that I decided to not go for yesterday and just try to stick in a couple more studs. But it didn't work out like that. Giannis had a fantastic game and probably the main reason why I didn't take down anything big yesterday. The guys that did bad for me were chalk, so it didn't really burn me. But hey, it happens. It's a long year. NBA is a long year. Some days you win, some days you don't. Luckily, my cash games are going strong. That's 2 days in a row that I've won 100%, and I'm hoping I can keep that going here on this day 4 of NBA. Now, the slate today, I'm going to do this a little different because I don't want to make a super long video for this. So I'm just going to go through each position and just talk about some of my favorite plays in position. I guess before I do that, just some news. Like, Cantor's not playing here, so the rebound for Toronto should be up. Toronto should have an easier time rebounding. Charlotte plays with one of the fastest pace here. Minnesota is one of my more favorable teams to target. New York, Brooklyn is one of my most favorite games to play on the night. Toronto, Boston is my favorite to watch. New York, Brooklyn is my favorite to make DFS plays. Same with Dallas and New Orleans. I like the matchup here. Chicago, Memphis, I like the matchup here. And then Phoenix, there's a lot of value that's opened up against Denver. I still like the Phoenix value. I don't really like a lot of the Denver players because of the matchup. I expect it to be a blowout. Portland, Sacramento is interesting. Sacramento might be missing some of their key pieces in Bagley and Hield. So there's a lot of value over here to go over. And then Utah, Lakers. This is going to be a very slow game. I'm not interested in this game at all. If I did get to anybody here, it'd probably be Donovan Mitchell. But I don't know. I doubt I get to even anybody here. I'm not too fond of the pace these two teams play at. The Lakers were one of the slowest teams last game. They played very slow. As it stands, they are the slowest paced team in the league based on data. It's only a 1-game sample, but that's what it is. They kind of make sense because they have a lot of veteran savvy defense orientated players, and good defense means good clock management and not rushing to your offense. So they played it slow, and with LeBron having the ball in his hands a lot, it's going to be slow. So I don't really like this game in general. I'm just going to be honest. I don't like this game in general. With that said, some of the plays I like here. So LeBron James, I'm not really considering. Luka Doncic is one of my top point guard plays tomorrow against New Orleans. New Orleans plays at a very fast pace. People like Lonzo Ball aren't very efficient, so they're going to be missing a lot of shots. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is going to be missing a lot of shots. There's going to be a high up-tempo pace to this game. A lot of chance for Luka Doncic to go off. I like him at 9,200. I don't mind paying up for Luka tomorrow. Kyrie Irving coming off of that 50-piece. Great matchup against this crosstown rivals, the Knicks. I don't know. I feel the Knicks are going to be a little bit extra motivated to shut Kyrie down. But it's Kyrie Irving. He's one of the best players in the league, the best ball handler in the league as of right now. And it's going to be hard to stop Kyrie with the personnel they have on the Knicks. But they do have some grit and grind guys on the Knicks now, and they could try and make it tough for Kyrie. But 9,000, Kyrie's in play. He'd need 56 to get 6x, and I can see him getting 56. Lillard, not too much on Lillard. This is a great matchup for Lillard. De'Aaron Fox barely plays any defense. Sacramento plays at an up pace. But, I like Lillard as much as I like Kyrie. Let me just say that. I like Lillard as much as I like Kyrie based on the matchup. The fact that he's cheaper. The fact that he plays later. The fact that everybody's going to be chasing Kyrie because of his 50-piece. I'm willing to bet against the spread here, and I'm willing to go with Lillard over Kyrie. So we're going to have to see. Aside from that, there's Drew Holiday, who I don't really like at this price. Devin Booker at 8,400 is someone that's definitely in play for me, especially if Ayton's actually suspended for those 25 games. De'Aaron Fox is in play for me with Bagley and Hield. Bagley's out for sure. Hield's questionable. So if Hield's out too, then De'Aaron Fox definitely in consideration for me. Kemba Walker, not so much at this price. I'd rather go with Mitchell. Mitchell, I don't mind at this price. Is something that's bothering me with the pace, but Mitchell's the guy that will go off. If anybody on Utah goes off, it will be probably Donovan Mitchell. Levine's in a fantastic matchup here at 7,400 up against Ja Morant and the boys. Levine, I love Levine at 7,400 tomorrow. I just love the matchup in general. It should be a very fast matchup. A lot of young players going up against each other, so I like that. The score should be high. A lot of upside opportunity for all the guys on the floor, and Levine's going to be one of the top dogs in that regard. Chris Paul tomorrow, I'm not too fond of at 7,200. Yeah, he could go off. I'm not off of him either, but there's a lot of guys here that I'd probably be getting to over Chris Paul. Even like Lowry, I might even play over Chris Paul. Chris Paul is not the de facto go-to guy. There's Danilo Gallinari, there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and then there's even Dennis Schroeder. So Chris Paul at 7,200. Yeah, the price is decent. The matchup is good. I'm just not too keen on Chris Paul. He's going to be seeing Ish Smith and Jordan McRae. Those are two shitty defenders. He's going to have a really cakewalk of a game, but I'm just not on him. I don't mind him, but there's other guys I'd probably pay up for or pay it down for than pay for Chris Paul. Rozier, I already said, I'm not too fond of Rozier. There's just too many mouse to feed on this team. There's too many guys that are all similar usage type of players. They could all go off on a night when they're given the chance. So it just depends who's going off and who's hot, who's getting minutes. Karis LeVert, 6,500 in play for me against the New York Knicks team for sure. Shai Gilgeous, 6,500. Price went up. Yeah, he's in play for me against this Washington team too. I'd rather get to Shai Gilgeous and Chris Paul in all honesty. Way more upside, younger guy, more minutes, just way more upside. Ja Morant, 6,400. Price went down. Matchup with Chicago Bulls. I love this price for this kid. This kid is fantastic. Get used to this kid. He's going to be in a lot of winning lineups this year. Go watch his highlights. Get used to Ja Morant, guys. This guy is the real deal. Just take my word for it. He's young. He's still making mistakes, but he's got the minutes, man. Memphis is just giving him the minutes. The ball is in his hands. It's no. My coffee just spilled live. Luckily, I'm outside and it spilled on the floor, but shit. Oh man, the coffee's everywhere. It's flowing. Oh man, sorry guys. Sorry, got distracted. Coffee fell. Luckily, I still have some. Man, I'm just drinking my coffee because who knows, I might just flick my hand again and knock that shit over. Yeah, get used to Ja Morant, man. Like, Ja Morant's sick. Eyecee is telling you Ja Morant's sick. I love watching this kid play. Ja Morant's sick. I'll be playing a lot of Ja Morant in case you didn't realize. Ja Morant's sick. I love the matchup. Jamal Murray is another guy I really, really like. The matchup against Phoenix Suns, up against Ricky Rubio. Oh, the matchup is great. Rubio's an in-your-face type of defender. He'll try and make it tough for Murray, but Murray's Murray. He should be able to get his. 6,300 is a fair price for Murray with the matchup. Phoenix plays really, really fast. With no DeAndre Ayton, I feel like they blow them out, so the minute upside is not there for me. But the projection, the value is if he gets the minutes, then he can definitely go off. Fuck CJ McCollum, man. Fucking guy. Everybody in my lineup was doing good, and then CJ McCollum just fucked it up. But 6,200 in the matchup he's going up against, definitely in play for me. Sacramento, as I said, young team still. They might be missing some of their guys. Hield might be out, and Bagley we already know for sure is out. Man, CJ's in a good matchup here. I can't deny it. His price is still damn cheap. 6,200 for CJ McCollum is way too cheap. So he's someone definitely I'm considering. Lonzo Ball against Dallas. Now, If Alvin Gentry wants to be a dumbass and bench Lonzo for the last 18 minutes of the game, ride the hot hand with Josh Hart and Frank Jackson, and then randomly put Lonzo Ball back in the game in overtime and expect them to win that game, I don't know what the hell. How are people like this NBA coaches? You're in a close-knit game. Lonzo's playing fantastic. You bench him in the third quarter at the 6-minute mark, and then you keep him on the bench until the end of regulation. So 18 minutes he was on the bench. He didn't play. He wasn't warming up. Nothing. He was ice cold sitting on the bench. Then all of a sudden you get to overtime, and this coach is just like, all right, get in there, Lonzo. We need you. And like Lonzo's like last second stretching and trying to get warmed up to go back in the game. What the fuck do you think is going to happen? You think you're going to win that game against the defending champions? Like, playing players that you just put out, they're cold. We already know Lonzo's not that type of player that you can just take out of the game and randomly put him back in, and he's just gonna continue doing what he was doing. He's like most players. You need a consistency. It has to be a consistent opportunity. Just because Josh Hart was making a couple of shots or Frank Jackson was making a couple of shots doesn't mean you stuck with them. Should have given them an extra minute or two, and then, all right, guys, you did your job, or I'm going back to the starters. There's a reason why Lonzo's the starter and not Frank Jackson. So I just didn't understand Alvin Gentry there. I expect Lonzo Ball to be really underowned here because of the uncertainty and with his playing time. If he is going to be playing minutes, I like him at this price. The matchup is great against Dallas. But, again, he's a riskier play with the minutes. Alvin Gentry's just a dumbass. He likes to experiment in live games. Yeah, I don't know. Alvin Gentry's a dumbass. That's why he hasn't won anything and probably never will. RJ Barrett, 5,900, getting a shit ton of minutes for the Knicks. I like RJ Barrett against the Brooklyn Nets. This kid's not scared of anything. I realized that he's ready to go and give it his all. And against Brooklyn tomorrow, I can see him doing just that. Particularly knowing that Kyrie chose them over him. He could just go out there and be like, hey, man, this is what you're missing. So he's someone I'd consider. Van Vliet, nah. Jeff Teague, nah. I mean, yeah, sure, but not. There's other guys I'm getting to. Rubio. Maybe I get to Rubio, but again, not too much. Ish Smith, nah. Dinwiddie, maybe. Schroeder, yeah, 4,800 against Washington. Sure, I love Schroeder. DeLon Wright still yet to have a good game with the Dallas Mavericks. I doubt he does. KP and Doncic just take the ball too much usage. This guy is barely gonna get anything done here. Satoransky, good matchup against the Ja Morant-led Grizzlies. I don't mind him. I like the pace of the game. Satoransky's due for a good game. He's had a couple of stinkers if you go back to preseason. Also, he's due for a good game. Alfred Payton, he didn't start the game last game. He came off the bench and then he started the second half. So maybe he starts this game. In that case, he's definitely in price for me. Last year, Alfred Payton had like a streak of triple doubles. He's Sir Alfred Payton forever. So put the Sir before the Alfred. Sir Alfred Payton. Definitely in play for me tomorrow if he's starting. Devontae Graham, I like 4,600. I like what I saw from the kid. It's just there's too many mouths to feed on the Charlotte Hornets. Marcus Smart, the fucking soul of the Celtics. He's in play for me, but against the Toronto, like, he's gonna be, perimeter defending a lot, exerting a lot of energy on that. I don't know how much he really eats. He does well against the Raptors, don't get me wrong, but there's other guys I'd rather go to. Like Kobe White, 4,500 Kobe White, also going to be coming off the bench, but he's just has the green light to shoot. Chicago wants him to succeed. They're going to let him be taking as many shots as he wants, and he's not scared to take shots. Against Memphis, a young team, lots of opportunity, lots of upside, no pressure. So just go out there and ball, man, and Kobe White's going to do just that. 4,500, I like Kobe White. But then some of these other guys I'm not really too fond of. Avery Bradley, really cheap. Tyler Johnson's also pretty cheap. Tyus Jones coming off the bench. Jalen Brunson's coming off the bench. Both these guys have been very productive coming off the bench. Nickeil Alexander-Walker's coming off the bench has been super productive in preseason. Last game was a dud, but in that short time he was on the court, he shot the ball 10 times. He was 1 for 10. So, and he still got 18 DraftKings points. So if he makes a couple more shots, and he was going to get only better and better as the season progresses. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 3,400, definitely someone I'll be considering tomorrow as a cheap play. But yeah, let's just go to the shooting guards. A lot of these guys are already covered, so I won't be repeating them. Bradley Beal against OKC. Yeah, it's a good spot for Bradley Beal, but yeah, Chris Paul and Shai Gilgeous are decent defenders. They put that wood on you, man, and Bradley Beal's really gonna have to work for it. Drew Holiday, again, I'd rather play Devin Booker than Drew Holiday, or I'd rather just pay up and play Luka Doncic. But yeah, Drew Holiday, not too keen on him. He's probably going to be the best, highest scoring guy on the Pelicans, but that's pretty much it. Booker I already like. Yeah, Mitchell, the only guy I pretty much would play from Utah. I don't like Conley at all. Zach LaVine, one of my favorite plays. Buddy Hield, keep an eye on that if he's playing. Yeah, I'll play Buddy Hield tomorrow if he's playing. If he's not, then I'm not, obviously. If Buddy Hield's not playing, then who gets Buddy Hield's spot here? That's a good question. Boyan would probably be the small forward. I guess between Boyan and Harrison Barnes, something would happen here. Yogi Ferrell is someone that's definitely could be seeing a lot more minutes. Yogi Ferrell's been with the Kings for a long time, and he routinely comes off the bench in some games and puts in like 25, 20-minute performances. So Yogi Ferrell is someone I definitely consider too as a cheap shooting guard option, or point guard even, with Buddy Hield out, of course. Corey Joseph didn't really play too much of the preseason. He was alright when he did play. He's also going to be someone that's going to get some minutes here, but I think more often than not, Yogi Ferrell is a safer bet for me. But yeah, let's continue. Shai Gilgeous I like. Murray I like. McCollum I like. 6,200 is really cheap. Wiggins 6K against Charlotte. I don't know. I usually hate Wiggins. I usually never play Wiggins. But for some reason, in this matchup, I like Wiggins 1% more than I usually like him. So, I like Wiggins 1% here. I hate Wiggins, man. I don't like playing players that they have to be motivated and shit to go out there and perform. You make millions of dollars. Go out there and play basketball, man. Go and try at least. Wiggins 6K. Honestly, I'd consider him very, very slightly though. Very slightly. He'd probably be my lowest owned shooting guard, but he'd be in there in some capacity, but very low owned. Wiggins or RJ Barrett, I'd rather go with any day of the week, or I'd rather pay up for McCollum here. Wiggins at this price it's nice, but there's so many other guys here that why the fuck would I pick Wiggins? Fred VanVleet, I don't like the matchup. I already said that. Bacon, I already said too many mouths to feed, but he's one of my more favorable guys. Will Barton should be seeing good minutes off the bench, so he's in play for me. Jaylen Brown's ownership should be low, and he's going to be seeing 30 minutes, so he's in play for me. Dinwiddie, I don't mind. Schroeder, I don't mind. Schroeder had a bad game last game, so he bounces back. Ownership should be low. I don't mind that at all. DeLon Wright, Joe Harris, not too fond of these guys. Gary Harris. Sneaky play here at 4,700. A lot of people have started to hate Gary Harris, or not like him like they should. He's still a decent play on a given night. He plays his minutes. He sees enough usage to warrant considering him. He sees around 22-24% usage. I think around that. A fourth of the usage when he's on the court, which is still good. He is on the court with Jokic and Murray after all, and Millsap. But he's someone that's a staple in this starting lineup, someone that's going to be playing minutes every single night, and someone that can go off on a particular night. So in this particular case, I like his matchup in Phoenix, and he has a good upside for me. So I will be considering Gary Harris. JJ Redick, 2-shot dependent. I don't like him. Devontae Graham, one of the other guys I like on Charlotte, but again, too many mouths to feed. If Buddy Hield's out, this is the play. Bogdan, very productive guy. Price very cheap for the amount of minutes he's going to get with Buddy Hield out. Danny Green had a career game. I don't think he has another game like that. Still priced really relatively fair, but there's a lot of guys here like Kobe White I'd get to over Danny Green or Bogdanovic even. Marcus Smart. don't get to him that much tomorrow. Kobe White, as I said, I love him. Norman Powell, very shot dependent. Don't really want to play him that much tomorrow. Malik Monk, same shit. Shot dependent. Don't really want to play him tomorrow. Dylan Brooks, keep an eye on Dylan Brooks. If he's starting, how much minutes he's going to get. He's someone I definitely consider at 4K if he's going to be getting a good amount of minutes, like 25 minutes. The matchup is great against Chicago, and if he gets hot with his shot, it's what he does. It's over. Rodney Hood, 3,800. I'd consider him. He did start, but there's a lot of guys here, and they're just the minutes for the Portland guys are just messed up, man. This coach is an idiot sometimes. I don't know. Yeah, the coach for the Trailblazers sometimes is just an idiot. I don't know what he's doing, so I'd stay away. But yeah, some of the other guys here. Bazemore, if he gets hot, Bazemore does a little bit of everything: assist, rebound, score. So for 3,700, not too bad. It's decent. Tyler Johnson should be getting good amount minutes as a 6th man. He's pretty much in that 6-man role, but with Ayton out, there should be a little bit of more scoring opportunity to go around, and he should benefit coming off the bench at least anyways. Temple, Brunson, not too keen on. Tim Hardaway, not too keen on. Some of these other guys I'm not really too keen on. Nickeil Alexander-Walker would probably be the guy for me. But then let me just quickly scroll through here. Justin Jackson is probably another play. He's getting minutes. They love his defense in Dallas, and he's going to be playing. Torrey Craig, too, could be in play here. 3,200 is a cheap price guy. Both of his guys could be in play for me. Aside from that, I'm not really too keen on any of these guys. Yeah, not really. JJ Barea, they said he was going to play a little bit of minutes, but that was just it. He was going to play a little bit of minutes. Yeah, so let's just move on. Small forward. So, LeBron James, as I already said, I don't like. Danilo Gallinari, 7,100. I don't really like. Brandon Ingram, 7,000. Yeah, I'll take Brandon Ingram, 7,100 against Dallas. The matchup's decent. I don't mind it. Tatum, Jason Tatum, 6,700. I don't mind this. He's probably one of the few guys on the Boston Celtics that I do get to if I do end up playing them. Buddy Hield news. I probably won't play Buddy Hield, actually, if he is playing. I probably won't end up doing that. He does do decent against the Portland Trailblazers. Averages more than a point per minute. But I don't think this game stays close. I don't. Karis LeVert, 6,500 is in play for me against New York. Gordon Hayward, 6,100, one of my more favorable plays on the night. Wiggins, you already know Wiggins. Fuck a Wiggins. Mikal Bridges, another guy. Miles Bridges, sorry. Another guy on the Charlotte with Bacon. Both of these guys have a lot of upside. But with Ayton gone, Kelly Oubre is probably the guy I'll be playing a lot of. Direct, like, Kelly Oubre is officially the de facto number 2 go-to guy on the Phoenix Suns. I'm sure he already thinks he's the number 1 option. But now with Ayton gone, he's the clear-cut number 2. He should be seeing a lot more volume. Not too much, because he already sees a lot. But he's going to get a little bit more to eat tomorrow or tonight. Taurean Prince, 5,600, definitely in play for me. He was 4,400 day 1, man. How the hell did people not 100% own Taurean Prince? Like, he was starting. I was playing him before I found that he was starting. I didn't think he would be starting. I had a hunch he might, but I was leaning more towards he's coming off the bench. But man, this guy was starting 4,400. Lock. All right, Covington. I like Covington. It's a good spot for him against a young team. A real lots of upside for his defense to shine here. Steals, all that. He does a little bit of everything. And plus, if his shot's falling, I don't mind Covington. He probably will be lower owned here. Otto Porter, bad for his game, but a great bounce back spot here. The matchup is good against a young, inexperienced team whose most experienced player is Jonas Valanciunas, or Valanciutia as I call him. So Otto Porter is a good play. And then the other Morris brother, the good Morris brother, the one that's been really good and consistent so far, he's in play for me. 5,200 against the Brooklyn Nets, definitely in play for me. He's seeing a lot of minutes. The New York Knicks guys are also running essentially a tight rotation here, so a lot of their guys are getting starters. Same with the Raptors, same with the Hornets. So he's one guy I'm definitely going to be considering more often than not. Marcus Morris, 5,200. I like him. Will Barton comes off the bench, and on a given night he could kill it, but he's coming off the bench, and this might be a blowout, so they might not play him too many minutes. Jaylen Brown, I like Jaylen Brown, probably my favorite Celtic at 5,100. It's between him and Gordon Hayward, but I'd honestly lean towards Jaylen Brown because I still don't trust Gordon Hayward all that much. The Utah Bogdanovic, fuck this guy, bro. Fuck this guy. He's good. He's a sick player. He's gonna find his groove eventually. It might even be tomorrow against the Lakers. Watch. 5,100 for someone like him. He was the best player on the Pacers last year, aside from Oladipo. When Oladipo went down, he picked it up last year. He was phenomenal, man. He was better than Sabonis, better than Miles Turner. Night in, night out. They would all take turns going off, but he was the guy that would really stand above the rest at the end of it. So 5,100. He's still trying to find his feet here in this Utah team. Mike Conley also had a terrible first game, so that didn't bode well for the Jazz. However, they're up against the Lakers team now, who's a very slow-paced, defense-oriented team. I don't think Bojan has a good game here, or Bojan. So I'm probably not going to be playing him that much. Batum's fingers fucked, so he's not playing. Harrison Barnes with Buddy Hield and Buddy Hield potentially out, and Marvin Bagley out. Harrison Barnes, someone I could see myself getting to tomorrow in this matchup here. He does do decent against Portland, like nothing too amazing, but in 15 minutes he averages 19 points. He should be seeing around 26 to 28 minutes in my opinion. Similar to what he was seeing in the preseason games. In the preseason games when he was playing, he was killing it, so I like him tomorrow. Jay Crowder is the vet coming off the bench for these Grizzly teams, so with him and Jonas Valanciunas, they're going to be leading the leaders on the team. Jay Crowder, I don't really know how much of Jay Crowder I get to today. The matchup is good with Memphis, but there's a lot of guys here that I could see myself getting to, like even the Sacramento Bogdanovic. I don't mind playing Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic. I don't mind playing this one. But Jay Crowder is a little steep for me in my opinion here. 4,800. The matchup is fantastic, don't get me wrong. And Jay Crowder is a little bit of everything, so we can get it done at the end of the night. But there's just other guys I like more. Joe Harris, I don't really get to him. He's very shot dependent. Same thing with Saric and Redick, very shot dependent. Satoransky, matchup is great here. Price is decent, so I can see myself playing some Satoransky. But Bogdanovic, if Hield is out, is probably the de facto guy to benefit the most. He's a sharpshooter. He was a 3-point champion in Europe before he came here. Someone I really like since last year. He's in a great spot here. The minutes should be up, and definitely I'll be playing him over Danny Green and Ingles and some of these guys. Danny Green, I don't think he does what he did last game. Joe Ingles, I don't really like this game in general, but if Bojan's not making the shots, then they're going to need Ingles too. Norman Powell, again, I don't really like this Boston-Toronto game from a fantasy perspective. It should be a great game to watch, but I don't really like it from that perspective. The Raptors are playing an 8-man rotation, and Powell was one of the guys. So at this price point, sure, but I'd rather go to OG. Thaddeus Young, man, he played 30 minutes in the first game and was surprisingly super productive. My gut tells me they do that again. So with that in mind, yeah, he's going to be in play for me against Memphis tomorrow. 4,400 for someone playing 30 minutes with as much upside as Thaddeus Young is too damn cheap in my opinion. Someone definitely I'll be playing. OG I already went over. Dylan Brooks, very shot dependent if he's starting. I like him a lot because he can get hot. Rodney Hood, not too much. Kyle Anderson, I'd consider too. He's playing decent for Memphis off the bench, but not someone I'd be really too high on. Bazemore, again, someone that could get hot. I already talked about him. Royce O'Neal started for Utah last game. Could start again here against the Lakers. You're going to need his size and strength here. But I don't know. I don't think he does all that well here against LeBron AD. Mikal Bridges, definitely in play for me. Ariza, not so much. I don't know what's going on with Ariza. He doesn't seem to be getting minutes, but he is on the roster, so definitely someone they could turn to with Bagley and Hield out. But I don't really know what's going on with Ariza. Now I don't even remember. Let me just check real quick. Did Ariza even play last game? Because my memory fails me. Ariza played 21 minutes. So, guys, 21 minutes of Ariza at 3,600. And that was when Bagley and Hield were playing. So, Bagley and Hield are going to be gone. Ariza's going to see more minutes. The matchup is fantastic against Portland. 3 and D guy Ariza. In their ideal world, they get Ariza minutes. Ariza does well. They use him as a trade piece and trade him and get something good in return. So Ariza is someone that 3,600, someone that I definitely consider as a GPP play. Could definitely smash a GPP for you, and I don't think he's that high owned tomorrow. So definitely someone that could get it done. But yeah, aside from him, it's not too many guys I really like here. KCP, fuck man. KCP. Kenrich Williams had a decent game. Maybe he has it again, especially with Zion still out. So Kenrich Williams I might consider here at 3,200. Essentially, he was unowned last game, so there's that. But yeah, most of these other guys, I'm just trying to see maybe a name sticks out to me that I want to talk about, but nah, doesn't seem like it. Dazan Musa, how many minutes he gets? If this is a blowout, then he's gonna get a lot of minutes. He's gonna be getting minutes throughout the season. They love this kid. He's a very good player. Keep an eye on this kid. Admiral Schofield, maybe he did get a lot of minutes last game, so he's maybe the one other guy at 3,100 I'd consider. He'd had a really good preseason, Admiral Schofield, so he's someone I'd consider. But yeah, it would essentially just end with Kenrich Williams and Josh Hart. I guess he did play more minutes than Lonzo last game. If Josh Hart gets hot, then I guess he stays in the game. So there's that. And then Justin Jackson's the other guy. Dallas is very keen on his defense and how much effort he puts into playing. I believe he's starting, and that's a trend that's probably going to be continuing for the foreseeable future. Power forward. Let's try to get through these a little bit quicker here. So Anthony Davis, 100% in play for me. 10K, he's really cheap. It's just a matchup. The pace is going to be really slow. And although I don't think LeBron does good, I think LeBron tries to make sure AD does good and get AD comfortable. LeBron's going to be taking the backseat this year to AD, in my opinion, unless things just spiral out of control and LeBron has to take things into his own hands. But I think AD here does it. 10,000 is a pretty fair price. 2,000 cheaper is Randall and Siakam. And while I don't know how close Randall gets to Davis at this price point, Randall is someone that could put up monstrous numbers. He's someone that's routinely under-owned because people just have a bad image of his head from his time with the Lakers. Now he's on the Knicks. He was on the Pelicans. So people just don't have a good idea of this guy. But he's someone that could put up monster numbers. He dropped 55 DraftKings points that first night. He was very low owned. I can see a smash spot for him too. He's going to be going up against DeAndre Jordan and Jared Allen. And Jared Allen is a better matchup for Randall, but Randall's just a beast, man. Randall's just like a slightly smaller Zion, okay? So Randall's just a tank. He's an aggressive player, very competitive, and against Jared Allen, oh man, give me Julius Randle. I love him. Siakam, I already talked about, one of my favorite players. Actually, did I? No, I didn't, because I changed the format of the video. All right, Siakam is someone I really like. 8,100, too damn cheap, up against a Boston team that does play really good defense, still finding themselves even defensively. They have a lot of size and length to throw at Siakam, but Siakam's going to be running this team, man. He's letting the game come to him. 8,100 is too cheap for him. And then Markkanen's one of my favorable plays because of the price and the matchup. He had a really good game first game. So his ownership's going to be a little elevated. But this matchup, man, this matchup is really good against the Memphis Grizzlies. If Markkanen can find a shot, he's someone I'd go to. But honestly, I'd rather just pay for Siakam. Matchup aside, I'd rather just pay for Siakam. $100 more. Just a more usage safer guy in general. Markkanen still has to go compete with Levine, Otto Porter. And there's even Thad Young and Wendell Carter that can eat up some of his usage on a given night, right? So, Siakam's my favorable play at the price range. But Davis, Randall can get it done as well. Porzingis, the matchup is great. He had a good first game. He had a great preseason. I don't see why I don't continue going with Kristaps Porzingis. It's just some of these other guys here have real upside to put up better numbers. So that's the one concern I have. But Kristaps Porzingis showed that he's back, and he's only going to be getting better as the season goes on. The more minutes he gets under his feet, he's just going to go back to his old self, if not better. And yeah, he's definitely in play for me. 7,600, the unicorn. Gallinari 7,100, probably not. I'd rather go to Brandon Ingram here at the same price point. Better matchup, more usage, all of that. Gallinari is a guy that usually does better in the first half and then kind of like dozes off. But Ingram, on the other hand, if the coach keeps him in the game, then he's someone that should be in line for a really good game. Those two are out. Tatum, I already said I like Tatum. Thomas Bryant, one of my favorite plays on the slate. One of my favorite players in the NBA. I love this kid. He's very underappreciated, very underowned. But he's smash spot, man. This guy smashes. He's done it all last year. Time in and time out. In limited minutes at that. Now he's going to be seeing more minutes this season. And he's just carved out a role for him. When he was given minutes, he does go like, these are 30 and 32, 20, 31 and 23, 24 and 17, 47, 39, 49, 40. You guys get the point, right? Like, one or two bad games, but overall, he's very consistent. So he's someone I'm definitely considering. Even up against OKC, Steven Adams, he's just very gifted physically, and he should be causing Steven Adams some problems with his athleticism. And he's just a very efficient player in general, so I like him. Jaren Jackson, 6,600, another guy I look at. Lots of upside here in this matchup, but he's a walking foul, so that's the one downside I have to him. If he didn't have that foul issue, he's someone I'd be playing every night. Like, at this price, every night I'd play Jaren Jackson. The only reason I don't play that much Jaren Jackson is he has the foul problems. You could get 2 fouls in 2 minutes and be sitting for a whole quarter. That's the only issue I have with Jaren Jackson. Other than that, solid player. Solid player from Memphis. One of their go-to guys after John Morant. So, yeah. PJ Washington, definitely 6,400. I don't really get to too much PJ Washington, but I could see people chasing him. He had a great first game. He had a great preseason. He's something that's really positive for Charlotte, and they probably give him more and more run. A lot of people were surprised to see him start. Not me. If you watched my video from the previous night, I called it that PJ Washington would be starting. I just got that vibe from the preseason. Gordon Hayward, 6,100. Very, very cheap. I like Gordon Hayward. If he plays like he did last game, if we're going to get that Gordon Hayward, then I definitely like him. Historically, he does good against Toronto Raptors. And I don't see why not. If he's going to play the same amount of minutes in the same way he was playing last game, granted, Jaylen Brown got into foul trouble and only played 20 minutes, so that probably gave Gordon Hayward more usage, and he just dropped his shots, made his shots, so he's shown. But yeah, if he's going to get similar type of usage, then 6,100 definitely in price for me. Miles Bridges, I already went over. There's a lot of Charlotte guys to feed. Jared Allen, 5,700. Not too badly priced here. He's fair. I'd consider him based on the pace and the matchup here. This was my favorite game to target, in my opinion. Kelly Oubre, minutes go up with Ayton out for sure. Derek Favors, I don't know. I'm not really too keen on Derek Favors here. I'd only play him because he burned everybody last game, and that was unexpected. And Coach Admiral Gentry is just a dumbass. So maybe if Gentry is not a dumbass and he actually plays Favors, the amount of minutes he should be playing, it should be a better matchup for him. Wendell Carter Jr. is another guy I'd consider here. Just the minutes are to consider. Taurean Prince, definitely 5,600. I like Taurean Prince. Serge Ibaka, someone's going to get the rebounds. Why not Serge? Covington, Otto Porter. I'd go with Otto Porter over Covington. I'd probably go with Otto Porter over Ibaka too, based on the upside. But there's a lot of guys here like Taurean Prince at 5,600 that I would probably be. I'd feel safer playing Taurean Prince than I would be Otto Porter. Zach Collins starting for the Trailblazers. He's really cheap here. He could smash. It's a good spot for him. Good matchup. He should be seeing extended minutes even if there is a blowout. Like, he's still on the court in most games. So he's someone to consider. Bobby Portis, another guy to consider if Mitchell Robinson's not playing. Then Bobby Portis is someone to consider. I would. Paul Millsap, another guy, 5,300, too cheap for a starter. The amount of minutes and usage he gets, someone that's definitely in play for me. It's just the matchup. It might be a blowout, and they might bench him early. So that's a concern for me. Marcus Morris is not a concern for me. I love him at this price. He's playing a lot of minutes. The matchup is great. Bogdanovich, I don't really like Bogdanovich. The matchup sucks. I already said that. Hachimura, 5K against OKC. Someone to watch here. He is the rookie for the Wizards. They're very high on him. Should be getting some good run. 5K is a very good price for him, in my opinion. Lots of upside. The floor may be low, but it's not as low as you may think. He is a power forward. He has a lot of upside here. So he's someone I'd consider. Harrison Barnes with the injuries. If Buddy Hield doesn't play, definitely someone I'm going to be sticking in there in a lot of lineups with the upside. Jay Crowder, Saric, Ingles, I kind of all feel the same about them. Saric and Ingles in particular are very shot dependent. So is Jay Crowder to really hit value, but he does do a lot of the other things that makes him a little bit more valuable than those two guys. Thaddeus Young, 30 minutes. Thaddeus Young, 100% is a lock for me against this team. This matchup, 4,400 playing 30 minutes. Man, this guy gets rebound. He's efficient with the shots. Can get you assists. Does a little bit of everything. Definitely in play for me. OG, another guy in play for me, 4,300. The matchup is a little bit tougher here for him, but he's definitely in play for me. He's letting the stars let the game come to him. He's not trying to do too much. He's letting the game come to him. So he's in play for me in that regard. Maxi Kleba is someone that's also in play for me. And Bielitsa. I call him Bjelica. But Bielitsa should be in play with Bagley out. They already said he'd be the replacement starter. So he's a lock for me, or someone that I'd be looking at. But again, I talked about Ariza as well. 21 minutes he saw last game, and with the two main guys out, he should also see a slight bump pitch, and he has more upside. Both similar type players with a 3-point shot, but if I had to go with one, I'd go with Ariza. Plumlee definitely in play, is backing up Jokic, and he's going to be doing a good amount of job for that. They're really limiting Jokic's minutes so far to start the season. He was limited all preseason, and in that first game, he was also limited. With someone like Plumlee in your back, like on your bench, why really risk Jokic that much, right? So the matchup here, most likely they're going to blow them out anyway, so Plumlee gets additional runs. So he's someone I'm just going to put him in here right now because he's someone I'm definitely going to be playing. And then there's Melly, 3,400, still cheap, still going to be playing minutes. Another guy to consider. And then Richaun Holmes is a direct replacement for Marvin Bagley as well. Another guy to consider. So between him, Bielitsa, and Ariza, there's some minutes that are going to be elevated. I'm going to bet that it's Richaun Holmes because he is the guy that they signed recently. He was really good for Phoenix when he was getting his limited run, so he's someone that I'd consider. And then Kaminsky, for sure, on the Phoenix Sun. With Ayton gone, Kaminsky is the go-to guy pretty much for these guys. Sick preseason, someone I was high on the first day of the season. I was really keen on playing Kaminsky, and you guys are going to see why. Kaminsky is a go-to guy for me for this slate. Centers, finally centers. Towns is in play for me. His price is nice now, 10,800, a little higher than last week or last game, but definitely in play for me. Davis just as much as Town, just based on the price here, I'd be playing Davis, and then Jokic too, based on the price, I'd be playing Jokic, but the matchup really puts me off, and the minutes he's been playing recently puts me off, so I don't know how much Jokic I get to. But I don't think I get to that much Jokic. He's probably going to be the one guy I don't play that much tomorrow. Jokic. I just don't like the matchup against the Suns. He's been getting rested, as I said, so why are you going to go there? I'll just pay down here a little bit, to be honest. With Randall Siakam, I'd go there. Gobert, I don't really like Gobert. Rudy Gobert. Yeah, Rudy Gobert, not really. Randall Siakam, I like. Markkanen's good. He can go off, but Randall and Siakam are $100 more, man. I'd rather just go there. Porzingis, 7,600, definitely can go off, is in play against New Orleans. Trapside is a good matchup for Trapside, but the price is a little high for Trapside. Trapside's a PPM monster, so he's getting minutes right now, so he's definitely in consideration. Matchup is good, minutes are good, price is fair. Steven Adams, I'm not too keen on playing Steven Adams. I'll probably play Thomas Bryant or even Valanciunas for that matter, or Jaren Jackson for that matter. Steven Adams, I'm not too keen on tomorrow. Jared Allen, sure, I'll consider Jared Allen tomorrow. Again, not too much though. Derek Favors, I'm only considering because he burned everybody last game. Wendell Carter, watch the minutes. If he's going to be playing starter minutes, he's not going to be reduced. And sure, Wendell Carter is great, but he played 29 minutes last game. So if he plays 29 minutes again, I don't mind him in this matchup. Serge Ibaka, 5,600. Again, Boston sucks at rebounding. Mitchell Robinson, 5,500. If he's playing, I still won't pick him. Zach Collins, 5,400. Definitely in play for me. Bobby Portis is in play if Mitchell Robinson is not playing. Marc Gasol, Millsap, and McGee, I kind of feel the same about all three of these guys. Gasol has a lot of upside with the assists and three-pointers. Millsap, of course, has a lot of rebounding and three-point upside. And then McGee has a lot of rebounding, double-double upside. So all three of these are decent plays for me at this price range. And the minutes you're going to be playing. DeAndre Jordan, 4,400. It seems very cheap, but he didn't really play that many minutes last game. So I don't really know what's good with that. But yeah, it's DeAndre Jordan, 4,400. Let's just quickly check. Damn, how long is this video? Damn, 56 minutes. It's an in-depth video, guys. Enjoy. In-depth. I went through every single player. Yeah, he plays 17 minutes. I'm not too keen on 17 minutes. So DeAndre Jordan. Speed it up. Any of these guys I like? Not really. Holmes I like. Melly I like. Kaminsky, I love Kaminsky. Kaminsky probably I love. If Holmes is starting, I like Holmes. So whoever's starting for Bagley, I like them. Whoever's starting for Ayton, I like them. And then yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. I didn't talk about the Boston guy, Robert Williams. So Robert Williams at 3,200 is definitely going to be in play with Cantor out. Between him and Thies, one of these guys is going to have a good night. It's just figuring out which one. If I had to put my money on it, I would say Robert Williams. However, I've been wrong on Daniel Thies on multiple occasions, so it could very well be him too. So with that said, let me just quickly make a dummy lineup for you guys, because this video has gone on forever. I don't even think anybody's here. If anybody's here, type 44444. Type that shit. Alright. Plumlee, Siakam, I like. Kaminsky, I like. Oh my god, you're punting at the center position? Yeah, because a lot of these guys are very overpriced, in my opinion, compared to some of the other plays here. Like, I want to play Luka Doncic tomorrow. Like, I want to play Luka. I want to give McCollum another chance. I want to. I do. I really do. Marcus Morris. Yeah, I like Marcus Morris. John Morant. And then 8,100, I'll go with Randall here. A very quick lineup. It's a very balanced lineup. I'm expecting Luka to just smash here, McCollum to get back on his groove against a lesser opponent. Denver is a better defensive team, so I'm pretty sure that's what happened with McCollum there. But Sacramento, on the other hand, should be a lot of upside here. Marcus Morris playing a lot of minutes. Plumlee should be seeing a lot of minutes too, around 20 to 25. Kaminsky should be starting. 3,300 is very cheap. The matchup is not too great, in all honesty. Yeah, let's just do this. Let's just see if I could change that. Randall. Alright. And then we have 3,300. 3,300. So Davis Bertans is actually not too bad here. Could punt with Robert Williams, you know. It's very viable, guys. Like, he had a really good preseason. There's also Josh Hart. There's also Kenrich Williams. Who else? Who that? Anybody else? No, I don't think there's anybody else though, is there? There might be someone like minimum price for some reason. Jerome Robinson? No, Justin Robinson. Yogi Ferrell. Okay. Yeah, Yogi Ferrell could be in line for some minutes here at 3K. Definitely would be considering him if Hield is out, that is. If Buddy Hield is out, I'll be considering him. But yeah, 3,200. You know what? Let me go with my boy. My boy. Justin Jackson too. There's actually a lot of picks here. I don't mind the matchup here. Look, Kaminsky. So in 16 minutes versus Denver last year, he averaged 24 minutes. Yeah, he was backup center or whatever, but he's going to be getting a lot of minutes here. Minutes equals production, boys. Minutes equals production. All these guys should be seeing a lot of minutes here. A lot of minutes. So that's my lineup. That's my video for today. Hope you guys liked. If you did, please subscribe. It helps me grow, and I appreciate each and every one that subscribes. If you guys want, feel free to leave comments in the description. I'll go over your lineups. I'll help you come up with some plays. I'll mix it up with you guys. Of course, I don't sell lineups or anything like that, so this is just a dummy lineup. It's just a thought process just to show you who my favorite plays are in general. And yeah, I hope this video helps you guys. Sorry it's a long video again. I really tried to shorten it down, but there's just so much to go over, and I don't want to really screw people over by going too fast and leaving stuff out. And I did do that a little bit. I still didn't talk about stuff in detail, so a lot of this stuff is just off the top of my head. I try to remember the stats as best as I can. I already told you guys in previous videos, basketball is my life, basically. I love basketball. I love every little aspect of basketball, the drama, the Twitter pages, every little thing. I'm on Twitter a lot, so if you guys want, you can find me on Twitter at Eyecee DFS, at Eyecee DFS. You can tweet me, DM me, whatever. There's a lot of people that message me every single day talking about plays, who I like, who I don't like, this guy or that guy, what do I think about their lineup, and I just give honest feedback. I don't try and make a lineup or anything, but I just give my honest feedback and just try to maybe help someone think in a different way that they're not already thinking on. I know sometimes it helps me out that people even message me about asking me like, hey, what do you think about this, or hey, what do you think about this, and like it puts things into perspective to me. I'm like, hey, like 5 or 6 people asked me about this guy already. Is there something I'm missing here? Like stuff like that really ends up helping, and it really gives me an idea as to what you guys are thinking, the field is thinking. Again, we're up against a lot of sharks. We are the regular people. I'm not like one of these big channels that has all these fancy spreadsheets and all that. I will though. I will have all these things, but as of right now, I don't. I'm working on my spreadsheet still. I'm trying to get some more days of data in, because right now 1 or 2 games is not doing it for me. I need more data. Once I have that, I'll have my spreadsheet up with my projections and all that, so I'll be able to give that to you guys for free. I'm not charging anything. I don't have a website. I don't make money off of this shit. I'm not a YouTube partner or anything. I don't have no ads on my website. So I'm just doing this for free. I'm just trying to help people out. Hopefully I can help you guys win some money, educate you guys on some players, some teams, some styles, and hopefully we can all work together and take some shit down in the future. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate anyone that's stayed here till 53 minutes. If you have, you're a real one, and honestly, I hope you win my share today too. Take care. See you tomorrow. Good luck. Bye-bye.